Chris, I realized right now that I didn't introduce ourselves.
It's okay.
Yeah?
I think everyone knows at this point. Plus, it's the last episode, so who cares?
Yeah, wasn't matter.
You're introducing me right now. Like, as soon as you look at me and call me Chris, then like I feel like
Yeah.
everyone knows. Like, oh, yeah, that's fine.
It's that guy's voice.
Yeah.
Got
If
it.
they can't pick that up of something, I mean, we've just lost our audience.
That's true.
completely,
That's
so.
true. So, my brother from another mother, Chris Fox. What is your topic?
Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. So,
just do it. Just
so
do it, man.
I think sometimes as someone, okay, I don't feel bad about laughing at some things that are probably not appropriate, but not okay in general. Like as far as like sexist jokes or like racist, as long as they're pretty funny. Like I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad about laughing about that. That's still pretty funny. I'll let it slide.
Do you think Jewish jokes are ever gonna be okay?
It depends. Are you talking just about like how they save money?
Okay, no, those ones are fine. Those ones are fine.
Are you talking about Holocaust jokes?
Yeah, whenever I think of Jewish jokes,
I don't
think
know
of
that they're
Holocaust
okay,
jokes.
but I have heard
No,
like two
they were
pretty
never be
funny
okay.
ones. Yeah, I've heard like two pretty funny ones where I'm like, oh, that's really bad, but it's also pretty funny. Like, if it's clever enough, I'm like, I wouldn't share it, but I can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
So
I gotcha.
that's how.
So do you know what you call a blank piece of paper?
No.
Women's rights. Oh my God.
That wasn't even sort of funny.
That wasn't even
So
sort
don't
of
even bring it now
Ouch.
to your next podcast.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
She sent that one home.
So is the topic, when are those type of jokes appropriate? Or when,
so
when
the
is it
topic-
okay to laugh at jokes like that?
Basically, I'm just gonna read the joke,
Okay.
and we can decide if it's funny or not.
All right, so you have a joke.
It's funny if I laugh.
There you go. That will be like the way that we figure out.
Yeah,
Like, is
yeah.
it funny? Well, I don't know. Do you
Actually,
wanna
that
laugh?
doesn't really work that way because I don't laugh a lot at jokes. So we'll
So
if
these
it's
ones are
really
called.
funny, then I'll laugh.
Yeah, I didn't really laugh that hard when I read these, but they were still kind of clever. Some of them. Actually, okay. So these are like over the theme is and that's when the fight started, so they all end that way. So he says, my wife and I are watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire while we're in bed, and I turned to her and I said, do you want to have sex? No, she answered, and then I said, is that your final answer? She didn't even look at me this time, simply saying yes. So I said, then I'd like to phone a friend, and that's when the fight started.
I get it.
So what kind of that wasn't really like a sexist joke? Or?
It's not.
So-
But it's more
so
like
we
a men and women joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel
Like a
like
relationship joke, I guess.
I feel like you can laugh at those whenever. Because
That's true. Some of these do
it
get
relates
sexist,
to
though.
everybody. Okay. So we'll see.
Okay, so my wife was hitting about what she wanted for her upcoming anniversary. She said, I want something that's shiny and goes from 0 to 150 in 3 seconds. I bought her a scale, and that's when the fight started.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. He says,
We're good.
Yeah, there you go.
We're in the clear.
I asked my wife, where do you want to go for our anniversary? It warmed my heart to see her face melt in sweet appreciation. Somewhere I haven't been in a long time, she said. So I suggested, how about the kitchen? And that's when the fight started. So there's classic kitchen jokes.
No!
Oh.
You chuckled at that.
But,
I saw that you chuckled at that. You're like,
Okay, my wife asked me if a certain dress made her butt look big.
You're chuckling now, so.
I told her not as much as the dress that she had worn yesterday. And that's when the fight started. She gets an awe.
oh no.
After retiring, I went to the Social Security office to apply for Social Security. The woman behind the counter asked me for my driver's license to verify my age. I looked in my pockets and realized I had left my wallet at home. I told the woman that I was very sorry, but I would have to go home and come back later. She said, unbutton your shirt. So I opened my shirt, revealing my curly silver hair. She said, that silver hair on your chest is proof enough for me. And she processed my Social Security application. When I got home, I excitedly told my wife my experience at the Social Security office. She said, you should have dropped your pants. You might have got disability too. And that's when the fight started. So, yeah.
So those are good.
Yeah.
Those aren't sexist jokes. Some of those are just sex jokes.
That's true.
Those are
But I
when the
feel
fight
like-
started jokes.
Yeah. There you go. When I got home last night, my wife demanded that I take her someplace expensive, so I took her to a gas station, and that's when the fight started.
That's true, though.
That's true, and I feel like that one's like not. That's more of like social commentary.
Yeah. Then.
That one I thought was kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
Because I read it and I was like, huh. I didn't laugh, but I was like, it is.
Like,
Those gas prices are going up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that is true.
They're throwing in all this funny stuff so they can just.
Right, so that they can like
messages.
they can make these like social commentaries underneath
to
their
the
joke.
gas station. That's what I do whenever I'm trying to subliminal message things.
I don't think
Go
that
on,
would make you
vampire
want to
roast.
go to the gas station, though. I feel like it makes you want to riot or something. Riot gas
Let's
prices.
Start a riot.
Is that 3 Days Grace?
It is 3 Days
Okay.
Grace.
A woman standing nude looking in the bedroom mirror. She's not happy with what she sees, saying to her husband, I feel horrible, old, fat, and ugly. I really need you to pay me a compliment. The husband replies, your eyesight's damn near perfect. That's when the fight started.
Shoot, I mean, you don't do that.
I feel like it's the same couple that where she bashed his penis. I feel like that's like the same people.
Maybe are these jokes, that's when the fight
They're just
started?
written. I don't know like where they came from,
So
or
they
I
didn't
assume
come
it's
from
like
the
a
same
Reddit
person?
thread or something. So
Again, Reddit.
Maybe they did come from the same person.
it
They're
could
just,
be.
like,
It's like
talking-
the same guy who just has like a bunch of jokes that are the same exact.
Not
thing.
jokes, just sad things that have happened in their life.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
they're-
personal stories.
Yeah, they're just funny. Like most comedians.
Yeah. My wife sat down on the couch next to me as I was flipping channels. She asked what's on TV. I said dust, and that's when the fight started. It's a cleaning joke. I took my wife to a restaurant. The waiter, for some reason, took my order first. I'll have the strip steak medium rare, please. He said, are you worried about the mad cow? Nah, she can order for herself. And that's when the fight started.
If this is the same
Man.
couple, I feel like they're not.
I think this is like
They're
mad
not making
cow
it
disease.
very long.
I feel like it's a very old joke because mad cow disease hasn't been like in the media
Yeah.
for quite some time.
Man, if they are in a relationship, they must definitely love each other because
Or have 10 kids.
yeah, something like that.
It's true.
A long-term,
A long-term thing.
really contract.
So my wife told me she wanted me to whisper dirty things in her ear, so I whispered, kitchen, bathroom, living room.
I already thought
That's
that
when the
was
fight started. You saw it coming?
Yeah.
There's quite a few cleaning jokes in here. Okay. A man and a woman were asleep like two innocent babies. Suddenly, at 3 o'clock in the morning, a loud noise came from outside. The woman, bewildered, jumped up from the bed, yelled at the man, "Holy crap, that must be my husband!" So the man jumped out of bed, scared and naked, jumped out the window. He smashed himself onto the ground, ran through a thorn bush to his car fast as he could go. A few minutes later, he returned and went up the bedroom and screamed at the woman, "I am your husband!" The woman yelled back, "Yeah, then why were you running?" That's when the fight started.
Oh,
Okay, here's another one.
that's funny.
This is good. I really like this.
Saturday morning, I got up early, quietly dressed, made my lunch, grabbed the dog, slipped quietly into the garage. I hooked up the boat in the truck and proceeded to back out into the torrential downpour. The wind was blowing 50 miles an hour, so I pulled back into the garage, turned on the radio, and discovered that the weather would be bad all day. This is a very detailed one. I went back to the house, quietly undressed, slipped back into bed. I cuddled my wife's back, now with different anticipation, and whispered, "The weather out there is terrible." My loving wife of 10 years replied, "Can you believe my stupid husband is out fishing in that?" And that's when the fight started. Wait, did I already read this one? Yeah, the kitchen. Okay. So I think that, yeah, here's the last one. Oh, crap. I scrolled too far. Alright. My wife and I were sitting at a table at my high school reunion, and I kept staring at a drunken lady swinging her drink as she sat alone at a nearby table. My wife asked, "Do you know her?" "Yes," I said. "She's my old girlfriend. I understand she took to drinking right after we split up those many years ago. And I hear she hasn't been sober since." "My God," says my wife. "Who would think that a person could be celebrating for that long?" And that's when the fight started. And there you go. Those are it.
Those
So, yeah,
those are pleasant.
those are kind of fun, you know? I feel like you never know what's going to land with people. Like I was talking about yesterday, the show Last Comic Standing with some friends, and how, for me, half the fun of the show is figuring out what's going to make Roseanne laugh. because sometimes it's like this dumb joke, and I have no idea like why out of all these like great jokes, or like why out of any joke, like she's just like all of a sudden, ah! It's like, why? Why, Roseanne? Why that joke? And then she usually claps along with it. Ah! Like, it's so great. I love it. It makes me laugh every time.
Well, one thing I like to do now, and I got this from you, Chris.
Okay.
Is on Tinder. Tinder's fun.
Oh
Tinder's
yeah,
a fun
Tinder's
thing.
a blast.
It's another social app thing.
Yeah,
it's a dating app.
It's a dating app
Yeah.
that I still.
If you get bored, it's a great time.
It is. It really is. But a good way to find out someone's personality is tell them a joke. Like if there's a certain joke that you really like, or something where you're like either you hate and if they like that or something, then it depends on their response if they get it or not. You know.
Oh right, yeah, you can figure out pretty fast.
But I mean, does getting it mean laughing?
Like, lol,
LOL.
or tell them a riddle.
Because there are
Riddle
people
me
that
this.
understand, they get the joke, but maybe they just don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
you're
then
not,
that's when you say no. Like,
maybe
all
you're
right,
not as funny
block.
as you think you are.
no, people are just ignorant. That's why. That is what happens.
There's a lot of people that don't get jokes. It's surprising actually, the amount of people that don't get jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with your jokes, I feel.
Well, these are like pre-written. Like these are.
No, I know. I just meant the jokes you were just reading.
I feel like these are.
Did
pretty
you
easy
write
to get.
them?
Yeah.
They're from your life?
Secretly, they're from my life.
No.
Me and my ex-wife. And I never
I
had.
just feel that, as far as the topic goes, those weren't necessarily inappropriate.
That's true.
The only people that aren't going to appreciate jokes necessarily like that are as if they're going
Are
through that
people
sort
in
of
troubled
thing.
marriages?
Yeah. So, I don't know. You didn't read any.
No, we've
real
insulted
hardcore
our main
sexist
demographic,
or
Nick.
racist
People in
jokes,
troubled
so.
marriages.
Carl!
I thought you were gonna say Carl. That's like a Walking Dead reference.
So, that's good.
Oh, how was that first episode? I didn't get to see it.
Were you the one that was
It was
supposed to
good.
come?
No,
Oh,
I didn't necessarily say I was going to, but.
I invited.
No, someone else said that they were gonna come. I don't know if it was you or not.
Yeah. Yes, you were supposed to come. You
I
didn't.
was,
My
but
heart
I
was
can't
broken.
remember what I was doing that day.
Obviously something better.
Yeah, probably like eating food or something.
We had food there.
Yeah, we did.
That's good. You got a chef make it.
Anyway, it was good.
No,
It was
that
good.
was a good time.
That was a really good season premiere.
Don't say
Very
anything more
crazy.
for spoilers.
I
They're out there for me for anybody
There you
else.
go.
did we ever do that? We didn't do a spoiler thing. No, our last.
Did we talk a little bit about it?
I don't think about the episode.
No. We usually give it a year. If it's been a year, then we don't consider it a spoiler.
Yeah.
So any movie, TV show, it's been a year.
Yeah.
If last season, we'll say whatever.
Dumbledore dies.
Oh,
What?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Son of a. Oh, poor Dumbledore.
But we can't say that Dumbledore's gay because that's less than a year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where we draw the line.
Dumbledore's
It's
gay.
like it's yeah, it's ridiculous like additional information that what's her Rowling tells everyone.
Gosh dang, JK.
Yeah.
LOL. LOL. JK.
Got it.
All right, thank you, Chris.
There you go.
That was good.